Here we go.
We're kicking off a southern weekend full of burgers. Do you see this? Bikes.
Look how pretty this is.
And barbecue so tasty, you'd jump out of a plane for it.
Is that a parachute?
It is.
We'll slide onto a zip line in the dark.
I have no idea what any of this stuff does.
Built 100 feet below the ground. And we'll train for a trip into space at one of the coolest destinations in the South.
Chaotic is a great word to use to describe this right now. So come join the adventure as we launch into this southern weekend.
We're going to make your weekend the best weekend ever.
Let's go do
Let's
it.
do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
I love weekends in the South, and I think you will too.
We travel around the South, tasting the most delicious food,
Oh my gosh.
enjoying the greatest thrills, and sharing our experiences with some of the most interesting people you'll ever meet.
We're dancing, we're having a good
Oh,
time
right.
with it.
We're exploring the best the South has to offer. I'm Molly McKinney, and welcome to the Southern Weekend. Our first stop on this Southern Weekend adventure is Atlanta, Georgia. It's one of the biggest and most exciting cities in the South, and home to a project which is transforming the city and how people spend their weekends.
See that sidewalk behind me? In 2017, nearly 2 million people flocked to it for food, fun, and exercise. And I'm about to find out why.
It's called the Atlanta Beltline, a mixed-use trail which has turned the city into the perfect place for an urban adventure. It connects families with new parks, visitors with local shops and galleries, and foodies with their next favorite restaurants. My first stop? Picking up a sweet set of wheels for the day.
I have a lot of Beltline to explore today, so I thought a bike would be a wise choice. So what do you have? Which bike do you recommend for me?
Well, we got a lot of options, right? We got cruiser bikes, we got geared bikes, and we got electric bikes. The Beltline is nice and flat, so today I think we'll just put you on one of our old school cruisers. If
Anything I need to know before I get out there?
you feel like stopping, just get off the path.
Look how pretty this is. I forget about bike riding. It's so much fun. It's such a great way to explore the city.
One of the first things you'll notice on the Beltline, it's filled with amazing artwork. In fact, it's the largest outdoor public art exhibition in the South.
It's almost like this is a gallery of the city. I mean, there's just art everywhere.
One of the Beltline's most unique art projects is also one of the smallest. Keep your eye out for the Beltline's tiny doors.
Hey, I'm Molly.
Hey, I'm Karen. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Look at this little tiny door. So you install these throughout the city? I do. There are 13 in all of Atlanta. This is door number 13.
Where did the idea come from to install little tiny doors throughout the city?
I wanted to do something that was free and that was accessible. And I wanted to do something that was miniature.
Why doors?
Everybody has seen a door. They know that there's something behind it. And so it instantly gives you that access to your own imagination.
Well, I know I still got a lot to see out there. Is there anything you'd recommend?
Yeah, if you're in Atlanta in the summer or in the spring, you have to get a King of Pops. You can't not get a King of Pops in Atlanta.
Sold.
And check out the tiny door when you're there.
Oh, there's another one there.
Yeah,
I will. I'll look for it.
One of the best parts of the Beltline is how it connects the city. A quick ride brought me to Inman Park, where I stopped for a peek at another tiny door and a visit to King of Pops. There, I met the Beltline Project's Twana Harris.
Hey, how are you?
Molly, nice to meet
you as well. And this is the perfect place to meet up. I'm so excited about a popsicle.
I recommend the strawberry lemonade or the chocolate sea salt. Those are my favorites.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Chocolate sea salt for me. How
Okay,
about
I'll
you?
take the strawberry lemonade.
Alrighty.
Perfect. Thank you
Cheers.
so much.
Go get in some shade. What do you
Absolutely.
think? I've had so much fun exploring the Beltline today, but I feel like I've only seen a little tiny bit of it.
Ultimately, when it's done, it's going to be 22 miles and it's going to run through a minimum of 45 different neighborhoods. Very distinct
Great way to
neighborhoods.
connect the city, though, and encourage everyone to interact together.
I think the diverse tapestry that exists within Atlanta is what makes us super unique. We don't like to see the Beltline as a destination. It is an adventure. It is a set of experiences that you experience on the way to your destination.
I mean, there's so much to see already, but how is it going to continue changing?
Oh, it's going to evolve every single day. I mean, you're going to see more faces, more experiences, more art. You have to come back and check us out.
I will.
For sure.
I'm going to come back for one of these.
Absolutely.
This is the perfect day here.
My favorite detail of the Beltline? It's a food lover's paradise. There's a dish or a drink for everyone somewhere along the path. Hey there!
Hi,
Hi.
welcome to New Realm Brewing.
I've been on the Beltline all day and it's a little toasty out there.
Perfect. How about a nice, refreshing golden ale?
That sounds wonderful.
Mitch Steele is a craft brewing legend. He could have opened a new brewery anywhere. He picked the Beltline.
There's so many things to do right along this path here. You know, there's the parks and the shops and the restaurants and everything. So we're right in the middle of it. It's wonderful.
And it's such a nice atmosphere in here. I love the vibe.
We have the bar on the rooftop. We've got events all during the week. We have pet adoption days and things like that.
That's all I need. It's a beer and a pup. I'm sold. Oh, that tastes like
Perfect.
summer. Well, I'm so glad I came in today. I'm gonna finish this up and then I might head down to the park and finish there today.
Perfect. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Every mile of the Beltline opens a new world of experiences.
Oh, look, another tiny door.
If you make it to the end of the East Side Trail, you'll find yourself in Piedmont Park. Located right in the heart of Midtown, this massive park is nearly as old as Atlanta itself, and it's hosted amazing events that whole time. When I arrived, there was a free performance from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. It's moments like this that make Atlanta's Beltline unforgettable, and a must-see when you visit the city.
There's events like this all summer long here in Atlanta, so come check it out on your next Southern Weekend.
Coming up, brisket that will leave you speechless
That tastes like love.
in one of the wildest restaurants you'll ever see.
Do you all know everything that you have in here?
That's next on the Southern Weekend. Our next stop this Southern Weekend, one of the most delicious and colorful barbecue joints you'll ever visit.
The shed in all its glory, all right?
Place. Is that like anything I've ever seen before? And beer service.
We just call it the shed.
It's a Junkadelic courtyard.
So when I came up with the word
What?
to describe this place, family food drinkery.
We came up with that word 14 years ago.
Located in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, just outside of Biloxi, The Shed is known for its funky atmosphere, its live music, and its award-winning food.
Barbecue, blues, and cold beer. And Southern hospitality above and beyond.
finest.
The Shed is truly unique. There's stuff everywhere. Lights, signs, stuffed animals. You name it, it might be hanging on the walls or ceiling.
I don't even know where to look. Do you all know everything that you have in here?
Actually, we do. The shed story started with Brad being a dumpster diver and collecting all of this stuff while he was in college, and then he came home and wanted to open a restaurant, and I was little sister in college myself.
You still are a
And-
little sister. Even though.
Actually, let me tell you what, buddy.
No.
But I was in college, when he graduated and came home, and he had all of his dumpster diving finds. He said, well, I'm gonna build this little barbecue joint. And not only did the family get involved with that, but the community became involved. And we started having things like our tacky chandelier contest, people bringing their license tags, and just anything that, everything has a story behind it.
Is that a parachute?
So that is a parachute. What a lot of people don't realize when they come into the shed by automobile is that we have a 500-foot pier. We also have 19 acres. So we have guys that are coming in semis and cars, planes, trains, automobiles,
Mud
but
riding
also skydiving in.
Are you telling
Very
the
simple.
truth right now?
Yes.
Totally.
Really?
The shed is not just another barbecue joint.
You have commuters coming in via parachute?
And this guy said, hey, he's retiring the parachute, but he couldn't find a better place, and guess what? It's still hanging here at the shed.
So you can get to the shed any way your heart desires. And we'll be here with cold beer, barbecue, and the blues.
Along with its decor, The Shed is known for its legendary brisket. But before I could taste it, Brad and Brooke put me to work.
Don't be scared now.
And you just want me to just
I want
sprinkle?
you to hook it up now. Oh, hey, all right.
Is that
She's
good? You happy
See
with it?
that? Extra, yep.
We keep it really, really simple.
Salt and pepper, a little bit of granulated garlic.
So good.
We gotta
I'm
make
gonna
sure
give it the
that
rest.
the fire is rolling here.
Okay. Pecan wood. Why pecan wood?
Pecan actually has a derivative of vanilla in the cellulose of the wood.
Wow. It's the real deal. Just set it right in.
Kick that door over. A high five, salt and pepper. That's the way we do it here at the shed.
Go into hyperspeed right now and see what the end result is. So, 16 hours later, wow, you can see the smoke coming off of that.
It's one of the best things ever invented.
Smells like so much garlic and deliciousness.
This is what it's all about for us.
Gosh.
Nice, juicy, perfect slices. We want it to be able to just fall apart right here. Boom. Straight up love. I mean,
That tastes like love. That is so moist and tender.
that is love. That's what we do here at the shed.
Next up, one of the biggest, wildest, craziest adventure parks you'll ever see is hidden below a major southern city. We'll tell you where next on the Southern Weekend.
Here at the Southern Weekend, we're always looking for our next great adventure. And what we found out Louisville has a massive cavern full of zip lines, a ropes course, and a sprawling bike park, all located 100 feet below the city. We knew we had to check it out.
Everyone, zip line tour.
The Louisville Mega Caverns are a daredevil's paradise.
I mean, are people just mesmerized when they come here for the first time?
They are. They actually go up and look and look and look, and they're like, we can't believe we're underground. We're underneath the expressway, and you would never know it.
This former limestone mine is now home to some of the most unique adventures you'll ever find.
We actually have a mega bike park right here behind us. It's 238,000 square feet. It's the largest underground bike park in the United States.
The only underground bike park in the United
It
States?
is the only underground bike park in the United States.
I thought you had that too.
If you can believe it, the bike park is just the beginning. I came here for the famous underground zip lines.
It's a 2.5-hour guided tour, and then you actually go to Zip Line to Hell, and then you'll see some of the majesty of the cavern, and then top it all off, you actually could race your best friend or your husband or your kids on our dual racing zips at the end.
And this is all in the dark, more or less.
This is all in the dark. We highlight specific areas of the cavern that are just absolutely beautiful and absolutely majestic. Beauty, even though this is a man-made cavern, there's so much natural beauty here underground.
All right, you get the picture. I came here for a reason.
Look like I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what any of this stuff does. Looks important though. So I'm real excited to do something a little outside of my comfort zone. Behind me is what they call the bunny zip, and it's just a place where we can practice. They clearly know what they're doing. This is a place for us to figure out what we're doing before we get on the big zip line.
Yeah, it's like that.
If you look behind you, that is the water dripping down on the stone and leaving the mineral deposit behind over time. You want a boost?
Yeah, with the boots.
Okay.
I spent all day underground. And trust me, it's a great way to spend a southern weekend.
Yeah.
Next up, how on earth did I wind up here?
Chaotic is a great word to use to describe this right now.
Find out when we come back. Huntsville, Alabama is known as Rocket City, USA, and for good reason. It's been helping to put men and women into space for decades. You can see how on a weekend trip to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center.
Isn't this amazing?
You can walk right underneath it?
Yes, this is our Saturn I vehicle. So as you can see, you can look up into the engines, almost feel the power surrounding you.
These aren't active anymore, right?
No longer active.
Golly, I feel like we're in NASA right now.
So in a way you are. So this is here, the Payload Operations Integration Center. So this is a showcase for what Marshall is doing right now.
Are any of these live, or are they
So
all
there are
recorded?
live feeds on display.
That's live right now?
Yes, so you
That's
can
looking at
see
Earth
what
from
Earth
space.
looks like here in Huntsville, Alabama.
At the Rocket Center, you can experience what it's like to be an astronaut on a full-sized replica of the International Space Station.
I love how realistic this is and life-size. You feel like you're a real astronaut.
Yes, just like living and working in space. Would you like to experience that?
Living and working in space?
Absolutely.
You're gonna put me in space?
We're gonna put you in a flight suit and we're gonna send you to space.
What?
So this is called the MAT, and we use this to train trainees at Space Camp.
Yes, and so if anyone at Space Camp can participate in activities like this one?
Yeah, so anyone who comes to Space Camp gets to do this trainer.
You just made my day. This is so
exciting. Here we go.
Oh, it's really happening. This is kind of relaxing. It's like a...
Okay, I'll let you believe that for now.
Oh, where am I going?
So this is what happens when a capsule returns from space and doesn't go back in the appropriate trajectory. So this is a little bit chaotic.
Chaotic is a great word to use to describe this right now.
All right, we're gonna be done in 3, 2, 1.
That's exhausting.
Welcome back to Earth.
Once I got used to all the spinning, it was time for my next mission, repairing the International Space Station.
Obviously in space, when things need maintenance or things need fixing, astronauts have to be mechanics as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the space station is a house in itself, and house repairs have to happen. So today we're actually going to be fixing the cooling system on the ISS.
I have none of those skills, so hopefully I'll be of some use.
We'll teach you.
It's all part of an experience, whether for an hour, a day, or a full week, that the folks at the Rocket Center hope will inspire future generations of engineers and astronauts.
You did a fantastic job on your EVA, by the way. Thank you so much for saving the space station. We did a great job. But there is one more thing I want you to check out while you're here at the Rocket Center.
The crown jewel of the Space and Rocket Center is a decommissioned Saturn V rocket built right here in Huntsville. It's 60 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty and a permanent fixture in the museum. And there, I met a true hero, retired Army General and NASA astronaut Robert Stewart.
General Stewart.
Hi Molly, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Well, welcome to Huntsville. Welcome to the Space and Rocket Center.
Thank you. I'm in the presence of Huntsville royalty. How many times have you served in space?
I flew 2 space shuttle flights.
You're one of the very few that actually knows what it's like to live and work in space.
Yeah.
How would you describe it to me?
Well, it's a sense of complete freedom. You know, you can fly around, do anything that you want to up there, and the view out the window can't be beat.
Why is it important that centers like this exist today?
I'll tell you a secret here. My
I'm listening.
grandmother was 4 years old when the Wright brothers first flew. And she stood on the beach in Florida and watched her grandson get thrown off of the planet twice.
It makes me want to cry.
One person's lifetime. Anytime we can keep kids interested in where we've been, where we're going to go, talk to the kids about, I want to go to Mars. Good for you. Here's how you go.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe the first person to step on Mars has already walked through the Rocket Center here in Huntsville. After the break, we bite into one of the best burgers in the South.
I think that's the best burger I've ever had.
Right sure it is.
Find out where when we come back.
Atlanta might be the best food city in the South, and places like our next stop will show you why. I'm about to find out how one woman and her massive, indulgent burgers caught the attention of the entire state.
Hey there!
Hey, welcome to Miss Ann's.
Thank you for having me. I'm told if you're in Atlanta, you have to come to Miss Ann's for the Ghetto Burger.
You were told correctly. This is the best burger in the state of Georgia.
Okay, perfect. I would love a Ghetto Burger and maybe a lemonade, please.
We'll give you that.
Thank you.
Coming right up.
The Ghetto Burger is no joke. 2 giant patties with cheese, onions, ketchup, mustard, lettuce, tomato, bacon, and a giant dollop of chili. When you come to Ann's, come hungry.
So this is it.
Yeah, this is the Ghetto Burger. I don't believe you can eat it all, but let's
This
see.
is a burger under
Yes,
here?
a
This is
burger
heavy.
under there.
I could
It
do
is.
arm workouts with this
Oh,
thing.
you sure can. People do, but we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Do you see this? All right, don't look. Oh
You can
my
take it home for a snack,
gosh.
a midnight snack.
Jim! Holy cow! I think that's the best burger I've ever had.
Quite sure it is.
And I've had some burgers
Good.
on this show especially.
Jim's sister, Ann Price, became an Atlanta legend when she created the Ghetto Burger to compete with fast food chains in the area.
So how did this burger come to be?
Well, it's an old family recipe, and we grew up eating burgers like that. And my sister brought this concept to Atlanta when somebody told her she needed to set her own niche. He says, you live in the hood, you live in the ghetto, why don't you call it the hood burger or the ghetto burger? And she said, that's an excellent idea.
Ann's Place quickly became a go-to destination for burger fanatics. But anyone coming to taste the Ghetto Burger had to follow Miss Ann's rules. No cursing, no drinking, no leaning on the counter, or you get kicked out for good. And trust me, you do not want to get kicked out.
This burger is delicious.
My sister just decided that she needed to put together a burger that will make your mouth water. Okay?
That's the perfect way to
And-
describe it. While you're eating it, your mouth is just watering the
Yes.
whole time.
Yes.
And you're still running this establishment just the way Miss Ann did back then.
Yes, I see this as her legacy. And what we're trying to do is to keep that legacy alive so that people can always look back and say, the same burger Miss Ann served back 46 years ago is what we're serving today.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We're not fixing it.
There's
We're not
nothing to
gonna
fix on
fix
this
it.
burger.
No.
Well, I think I have some work to do. I may need to
Take
go
a look.
box.
Oh, no problem. I figured you might.
Well, that's it for this trip through Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Molly McKinney. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Southern Weekend.